What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning on the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is Mariano. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Kronos as well. It's ChronoJJ. The map is Mediterranean and this is a best of 3 for the Challengers League. Week 1! Mariano taking that first game with some decisive Poseidon play, deciding to then move into the Mediterranean as his home map here to shake things up for ChronoJJ, because he knows ChronoJJ loves his Ra, and Ra is not the best god on Mediterranean. Mediterranean being a very fan favorite, or player favorite, I should say, map for this tournament so far. Nearly seeing it every single game. Hopefully players are realizing that what they're trying to do may not be the best, because people get to see how to counter it. So for example, Mariano deciding to go Kronos on this Mediterranean here. ChronoJJ saying, well, you're picking Mediterranean, I'm going to go Kronos as well. Now he's going to be having to fight Kronos versus Kronos here. And it's going to be an interesting one. We see both players going to move in for a deconstruction on the dock, it looks like. Will we see Mariano doing the same thing? Of course we have to. There it is. There's the deconstruct. Fishing ships can dump into the dock. ChronoJJ, dump your fishing ships. Oh, he's just going to miss it. He just missed it. No! ChronoJJ. Mariano, on the other hand, did not miss it at all. This is going to be an idle fishing ship here for ChronoJJ. Oh, even maybe 2 idle fishing ships for a little bit. That's so sad. And now ChronoJJ's short food to get the next villager out. He's going to be hurting so much. And that was just basically APM there. You just had to click on it. ChronoJJ. And Mariano is now 17 population to ChronoJJ 17 population. Both in the same situation, but Mariano is slightly in front. Slightly in front. No problems here. It's going to be a little bit of a delayed classical age for both players. We're looking at like a 340, unless we're going for like a 4 minute advance time, which is the case maybe like a 410. Will come through. We'll see what each player wants to do here. We've still got 2 villagers on wood for ChronoJJ, so it's still going to go for a 430 for him. Mariano, on the other hand, also 2 villagers on wood, so no crazy shenanigans here. If I'm playing this matchup here as Kronos, I don't think I would time shift forward here with my temple. I think I'd stay and play defensive, because then you have defender's advantage, and there's no need to really deconstruct the dock or anything like that. We see the temple coming up now for ChronoJJ. And if you can deconstruct the dock with your Bareems as well if you really need to or want to. So there's the temple for Mariano as well. That final villager coming up at 20% to ChronoJJ, who's actually stopped the villager production. So he is going for a 4 minute advance time, dumping those fishing ships in. To be advancing is up at 320 here, so 20 seconds behind efficiency here, whereas Mariano, he is going to be probably 440. It's looking like he's at 330 here, very close to advancing. He's got the resources, so as soon as this villager finishes, he will be advancing through Prometheus, and it's going to be a 440. So it's going to have roughly 20 seconds of classical time over Mariano. It's going to be 1 villager down. We just see another dot coming up for ChronoJJ in this moment here. Villagers over onto wood. He's got 3 villagers on wood, or 4 villagers on wood, 2 villagers on gold. Mariano, on the other hand, also 4 on wood, 2 on gold, but with an extra villager to boot, building up his second dock. I do think that against Kronos, it's worthwhile to get 3 docks here if you're going up this late. Or even just against Atlantean in general, adds Atlantean getting 3 docks up, but no 3 docks for Mariano, just because the deconstruction can be a thing. And there is the initial oracles coming in, going to be looking for something to hit here, going after the gold villages, but it's right in the range of the talents, and he could have hit these citizens had he known about it. But when he does know about it, there he goes, he's sending those oracles over to the corner here. Does Mariano run them away? Not just yet. This is some real big big damage being dealt currently to Mariano. Promethean coming in as well, but he's moved his temple forward, and he's no oracles down here. The oracles, where are they? We're going to get a villager pick off. Absolutely huge. He kills the... What? ChronoJJ decides instead of killing the citizen, he would rather let the citizen live, being a nice guy that he is. He's got another citizen kill over here, but does not get the surround on it. And try and path block this one here, but doesn't get the path blocking either. And all of this pressure that Mariano is under right now has now amounted in him, keeping all of his citizens alive, which is absolutely huge. Promethean's now coming in to attack ChronoJJ's sentry tower here. He does have gold mine very similarly placed to Mariano, so he can't really get pushed off this by these units here. Just deconstruct the mana. Just deconstruct the mana. You'll kill the villager. It's worth it. You don't have to die. And now ChronoJJ under some serious pressure here. Doc getting deconstructed by Mariano as these Barim just not quite enough to defend against the pressure currently coming through. More Prometheans taking down this location here. The villager of ChronoJJ having to retreat away from that gold mine as well, moving over onto the house here, or back into the town center. Will be able to survive. Promethean's getting very low. The Oracle hero here gonna get picked off, and the villagers turning around to fight the rest of this Promethean here, while Mariano is just completely butchering ChronoJJ's water. But the villager did actually end up dying over here, it looks like, as well as an Oracle hero, and the mana goes down as well. A military barracks coming over here. Nice Promethean raid over on the top of this location here. Promethean's pushing ChronoJJ's citizen away as the second dock coming up, and for some reason building a fishing ship into this dock. Looks like ChronoJJ doesn't want to fight water much at all if he can help it. Deconstruction getting cast onto the military barracks here to slow down any sort of Mamilo production, and the citizens getting pushed back in. Another citizen did get picked off here for ChronoJJ, who's on to kill two villagers here. It looks like, oh, sending a low HP villager over here is not what you want to be doing, and it's still going to get picked off. It's 3 HP and it does fall. Nice pick off there for Mariano, as this is the most chaotic Atlantean versus Atlantean game I've ever seen. Meanwhile, Barim's getting spammed out here. ChronoJJ trying to build up more citizens with two villagers on the food there. This citizen here is going to get picked off, as well as ChronoJJ is playing incredibly well here with this pressure amounting to so many citizen pickoffs from Mariano, who's currently got 0 citizens gathering here. He's moving some citizens over here onto the manor. He's building up a military barracks. He's got 6 fishing ships though, and ChronoJJ's got none. More coming in here. ChronoJJ building up counter barracks here, but these will just get picked off by the town center. Just run the citizen back into the town center. It's going to be totally fine. Bring that other citizen over and pick off those Prometheans. Is completely fine. Well played here by Mariano to push off that gold mine yet again, but there will be a Terma to boot here. And there's a low HP citizen coming up. We did see a counter barracks getting chime shipped into the base of Mariano as that villager gets pushed off the gold mine here. And we do see Promethean offspring over onto this manor here, but no Miller coming over here to deal with this. If ChronoJJ doesn't react, he does decide to turn 1 or 2 Prometheans here. We'll turn around. We'll be able to pick off this Miller. We'll lose a Promethean offspring for it though. Not able to heroize this one. Does retreat the Mermillo though with some nice garrison micro. Citizen very low HP does get saved there. More Prometheans coming over here. You just need 1 hero here. Man, if you just cast Valor and you get 1 hero citizen, you can defend against this. You don't even need to get Mermillo. We see the Barim coming in for ChronoJJ. Is he able to push off water in this moment now? And Mariano still just really nicely keeping his villagers mining, but losing another citizen though. ChronoJJ all over the map has got the medium Terma in as well to pressure this location, but ChronoJJ not paying attention to this army now, going to be getting picked off by the town center. Nice micro on that one there by Mariano to try and target the heroes there instead of this Promethean, who would tank a lot of damage. And finally ChronoJJ decides to retreat away from that one. The docks here dealing a lot of damage to these JJ ships. He just needs to retreat. Alt S here, prevent these fishing spots from being grabbed here. Prometheans coming back onto this location. There's still no military buildings here to speak of for ChronoJJ. He could have just moved some villages over into this gold mine and then be gathering from a different wood location. Don't even have to stay on that gold mine. But now we have Hero Momillo here. There is one really low HP Hero Momillo. Mariano not paying attention though. Going to be able to slice through those Promethean very, very fast. And the Hero Oracle going to get picked off as well. And this is looking like Mariano is able to defend against this attack very nicely. Finally being in a good position here. There's the Watchtowers coming out for ChronoJJ. Finally able to secure this gold mine. And as the Prometheans are going to be retreating away. We'll see where the transition is here, and we'll see if Mariano is going to be rebuilding those bareems. He's trying to. ChronoJJ, he's still got 8 bareems here, but he's throwing them away by running past these dock a little bit, just making sure there's no fishing ships. But again, one of those big things that I think players just don't do enough is Alt-S their archer ships just outside of range of these fishing ships, because as soon as the fish come back onto them, they get targeted. The bareems won't move closer to the docks, and you don't have to worry about them at all. ChronoJJ not bringing the counter barracks home. A little bit interesting, not making any military buildings here either. Got some pigs over here as well for ChronoJJ. Could bring his temple home as well and start moving into a fairly even mid game here. What are we at? 2, 4, 6, 8 villagers or citizen here to ChronoJJ, who's got 6, 8 as well. Both players on 8 citizen here. We do see ChronoJJ time shifting the Watchtower. That's actually genius if you need to play defensive here. Moving this Watchtower right next to the dock means he's never going to lose this water in the Classical Age at all. He can just sit back and defend. Mariano going to be doing the same though, except without spending those resources on moving his Watchtower. We do see the temple getting picked off for ChronoJJ. And what we need to see right now is the follow-up. We need town centers getting placed down by both players if they can ever find it, find the resources. Given that this tower's come here, you don't need to be building bareems anymore, because you can just defend underneath the tower if you want to. I mean, you can't really defend these fishing spots though. You can defend these fishing spots here with this tower, but maybe not these ones. And the bareem coming in to pick off some more of Mariano's. This is a nice fight right now for ChronoJJ, but somehow, Hero Momillo coming in, and ChronoJJ's got no response to this. He's still got 2 charges of Valor, but he's got no units out at this point. So these Momillo are going to do so much damage, and we see more Prometheans coming in on the bottom of the map, time-shifting counter barracks, and we see another counter barracks coming up for ChronoJJ to start building some military units. And he's trying to push through onto these Mariano archer ships who are retreating back into the range of these 2 docks, trying to pick them off. And now the Hero Momillo have been spotted. They do pick off that random Promethean sitting over there. Momillo trying to spam out here. I'd love to see Carabal's coming out, which is exactly what ChronoJJ is going to be getting built. He's got 1,000 gold left over here. Villagers get pushed off this large gold mine by the Promethean. Going to be losing another citizen here. That's absolutely huge for Mariano. Now that ChronoJJ has got no pressure onto his opponent's economy, Mariano is just going to be happily able to push in this Watchtower over here. Trying to do something. We just have these Hero Momillo over here to pick off these Prometheans though, so they're all going to be getting picked off. But what? Okay, Mariano not moving in with those heroes though, and the village is going to be happily back onto the gold mines here, as Mariano throws away so many Prometheans into just 3 Hero Momillo. They could have just retreated and been totally fine. Meanwhile, the Hero Momillo of Mariano coming on the top of the map as well, looking to hit the wood villages over here, well, going straight onto the military barracks. Would prefer to see him go after this, but there is a manor here, but ChronoJJ opting to just retreat away from it instead of jumping into the manor. A smart move, because he's able to find a way out of there. He's just going to move his his military barracks closer to the fight here. Has to get those villagers back onto resources here. Meanwhile, Bareem getting onto Mariano, but he's not fighting this very efficiently at all, as Mariano is able to defend here with the 12 Bareem. He's going to be retreating back to the dock, and Mariano's just like, okay, I'm happy to not win you on water here. We're just going to keep going as this one is happening. We just see this manor gets picked off. ChronoJJ sitting at 87 population to 101 population of Mariano, but ChronoJJ is able to push through this counter barracks here, doing really nicely. And the Bareem moving in, able to pick off a fishing ship. Does snipe the fishing ship, as ChronoJJ not fast enough to deal with that one. Bareem chilling in the corner here, for some reason not fighting back. But the tower here, look at how much damage this tower does. Boom, does like an 1/8 of the damage every single shot here, because they have such a huge bonus against towers. They have 500% bonus against towers, which is absolutely gigantic. Now Mariano pushing in. I think he's got too many units here for ChronoJJ to handle, though. The Cairo Ballista getting picked off by the Prometheans. These Hero Murmillion need to be on top of that Promethean, and we don't have a temple here for ChronoJJ to get out his own Prometheans either. Random citizen chilling in the middle of the fight, and ChronoJJ now sitting at 74 population to 90 or 86 population of Mariano. More military buildings coming in for Mariano, as ChronoJJ is really struggling to maintain his production here. Meanwhile, the Bareem situation for Mariano is getting pushed back, as ChronoJJ has got 5 Bareem to the 7 of Mariano, but that's not going to matter because this gold mine has expired. Mariano's got nothing on the top of the map here, so ChronoJJ can move his citizen up to the top here. We do see a town center coming up for Mariano, as well as he's ready to start moving into the mid game here, trying to build some mid game, building up a town center at the 14-minute mark. Really don't see that one all too often. But the watchtower picking some units off here, and he's moving up onto this top gold mine. And going to be totally fine, but with the town center coming up for Mariano, it's going to change the scope of this game quite significantly, because ChronoJJ, he's got a lot of gold in the bank. He could actually be building Promethean if he had his temple. He does have his temple. He should be building Promethean, I should say. But he needs to get up a town center as well at some point and getting some more resources out. But it's looking like he's got a good amount of fishing ships actually out. He's snuck those fishing ships out quite nicely. And we have 9 Bareem here for Mariano. ChronoJJ needs to keep building Bareem in order to defend this location here. The Murmillo are getting pushed back, but they're not able to deal too much damage. Citizen, get a point. What are you doing? Where are you going? Bye. Okay, ChronoJJ running the citizen away now. Has he fixed up that gather point? I don't know where it's going. Oh man, that's funny. Does manage to keep the citizen alive though, as now the units for Mariano deciding to make their way through here. But ChronoJJ is going to be already waiting with the Bareem to do a lot of damage to them as they're coming right next to the shore. The Bareem need to fight though. They're starting to shoot some arrows, which is going to even the fight just a little bit. But now the Bareem of Mariano coming in, going to be hitting them, but they're moving, so they should be able to dodge a little bit. As they're running back over onto this watchtower here, if they can get into that dock, we are seeing the Bareem able to help a little bit as well, which is actually going to win that fight quite significantly there, quite handily. You see a mana's up for now for ChronoJJ, but the Terma spots this gold mine here as these units are flooding in. More units coming in into the middle of ChronoJJ's base. Mariano on 2 town centers now, building villages out of this town center as well, sitting at 119 population. Going to be in a really good position. We do see the tower coming up though, but with the way that the time shift mechanic works, these archers do bonus damage against them basically, or true damage I should say, not bonus damage. And now the mana is going to be going down as well, but some units running in here. We do see Prometheans for ChronoJJ, so we should be able to clean this one up. Citizens coming onto those Cairo Ballista as well, getting that bonus damage that you'll love to see. And ChronoJJ are going to be able to hold us to this gold mine for the time being. Where is Mariano's next step here? He's trying to bring some units over here, transitioning some Murmillo into this location, but there's just not too many units here, so we might want to wait on that one there, bring these units around or something. And he does have this wood line here to raid, but not really knowing it just yet. 3rd town center now coming up for Mariano, as he is in a commanding position here, while ChronoJJ is desperately trying to control resources just due to this poor, well, not even a poor wood line. He's got a pretty decent wood line. It's just being well controlled by Mariano, forcing ChronoJJ into a bit of a weird position. Economic Guild now coming up for ChronoJJ, wants to get out some upgrades here. Do we have one for Mariano? We do. Farms coming down. He's got pickaxe, no hand axe, but the farm coming down will be very key. Now ChronoJJ also getting his own farms down. Does he have Percy? He doesn't have Percy, so he's really low on food here at this point. But a 110 population here. Villagers getting sniped by the Terma. ChronoJJ not quite paying attention to that one, as the Terma now going to be retreating. They are only 5.0 speed Terma though, unlike the Uranus 5.5 speed Terma. And nice little damage done there by ChronoJJ, as Mariano doesn't retreat all the way. Town center is almost up for Mariano, as ChronoJJ is trying to push back, getting his own 2nd town center, but he has to somehow deal with this side of the map here. if he wants to get this town center up as well. And not only that, being behind the 8 ball on the town centers means you're going to be late to the Mythic Age, which means probably Hacker Gigantes or an Implode coming onto your gold mine, and very difficult to defend against that one, or even going to be late to the Heroic Age as well, which Mariano could opt in to a what do you call it, a Hyperion push with the Satyr doing some real damage there. But Mariano's still trying to raid here and not sitting back too much, keeping ChronoJJ on his toes. No Bareem, or very little Bareem action going on, but both players just be like, all right, no worries, we can share the water. That's fine. Don't care. The town center's almost up now for ChronoJJ, and the temple does get transported back home. And we'll see if he decides. Oh, he's got some idle military here. Just the one Kyrobaster, but that is what, 4 population? It's a lot. It's a lot of population. So we'll see. Oh, I did a time shift building block. ChronoJJ loves those ones. We do see these Bareem coming in for another raid, but ChronoJJ's got the 3 Bareem here, which all are very healthy. Just need to use them to fight back. It's just not doing it just yet. Moving in at some point. No, not happening. There we go. He's building some more Bareem. But he could just win that fight there. Trying to get up another watchtower here, but it's not going to work. This push is actually kind of difficult for ChronoJJ, as he was moving over here to try and get this town center. And meanwhile, Mariano just pushes in on this top. ChronoJJ could shift his entire focus over here, bring some villagers over from the wood line, move these villagers over onto this wood, and bring his army over here to take down this location, instead of defending this gold mine, which he doesn't really need, because there's a gold mine over here and Mariano's army is out of position here. But if we check out this, he's got the resources to advance, he's got an armory, he's going to be clicking advance very, very soon, it looks like. See if he goes through Hyperion or Rhea. Rhea actually wouldn't be a bad idea, as he does click through Rhea, time shift the temple up here, and then you get Behemoth to take down this location while ChronoJJ is trying to defend it. And this fight here is going fairly well for ChronoJJ because of all those Prometheans. There's no heroes here for Mariano. We just see the temple coming forward, and he's actually completely winning this. ChronoJJ is, and I think this is maybe Rhea's not the right option here, because he's not going to have anything to kind of defend against this, because no chaos means that there's no real advantage to be had in Rhea. You can steal a Promethean maybe, but ChronoJJ grabbing this town center up. There's a Promethean over here already. Gold mine being grabbed here as well, completely fine. And I think ChronoJJ may be able to catch up. Oh, I tell a lie, there's so many resources in the bank for Mariano. He's got too many villages on wood. If he just pushes a bunch of villages over onto food and gold, he can just go straight to the Mythic Age here. And it's going to be a tough situation for him. There's the Rhea. Temple does get picked off, so no free Behemoth. That's absolutely huge as well. We see some catapults getting built for some reason. Hate to see that. Town Center's almost up there, as well as ChronoJJ is getting some life, a little bit of life back into him, as he's winning up in this push here, pushing off this gold mine as well. But there's so many gold mines over here that Mariano is mining from. We see the temple pushing over on this side. We're going to go for some sort of Behemoth push down here. Some military barracks now coming down for ChronoJJ, as Mariano is valiantly trying to defend this push. But with the Cairo Ballista and this infantry army, if he can simply just keep these alive, look at how fast these guys die. But he's choosing to retreat back over to these Bareem to help him fight this one here. He can turn around and fight this if the Bareem decide to help. No, just retreating. Okay. We see some Cairo Ballista moving in. There's the market for Mariano, who has not clicked advance just yet. There we go, turning around in that moment. Going to pick off quite a few of those units. We do see some Gontarias coming out now. Do we see some farm transition here? Got plow, no irrigation. There's the irrigation coming through. No, there's fortified town centers as well. There's a Behemoth coming out now for Mariano, but it's been spotted by ChronoJJ. He's going to see the Behemoth coming through. Look how much damage this Behemoth does to myth units as well. I tell a lie, it's not that much. I thought it was a lot. But it's not. Tell a lie. Okay. Now, ChronoJJ on the other side of the map, but so is Mariano. There's nothing really for him to use this trader on. But if ChronoJJ goes through Hyperion here, which is probably going to do, he will get those Satyr traded as well. He should probably cancel villages at this point and advance it because he's sitting at 99%, and that's exactly what he's done. We'll cancel that one as well if you want. And then get Heroic Age. Mariano very, very close to his own Mythic Age advanced timing as well. And where is he going? He's chilling back here. There's Behemoth making a move forward. Super Behemoth there coming out. I'd cancel that one and go Mythic Age here. Not doing so just yet. He's going to wait on those resources which do come in. We'll see which god he does choose. He's going through Helios, so that means he can hit this town center. And by the time it goes down, unless ChronoJJ defends it, he can then vortex them over to this town center and kill it as well. And not only that, then you also have those Hecagigantes coming through. Still building these. You don't want to keep building them when you've got Hecagigantes coming, because it's so strong. They do probably more damage than the Behemoth does to a town center, and they have more armor as well. Meanwhile, these units on the top, you could possibly kill this town center as well, while the Behemoth targeting down on the bottom. Promethean Offspring plus Promethean do a lot of damage against the Behemoth, but you can just needs to keep these guys alive here, and the Vortex would be huge. There's the Hyperion for ChronoJJ. Let's see if he wants to use it over here or over here. It doesn't really matter at this point. Picking off one Behemoth could be pretty key. And the Satyr coming out as well, but that's probably instantly going to get traded. Meanwhile, ChronoJJ sitting at, well, he's got a lot of resources actually in the bank, but no market yet to trade up to the Mythic Age for himself here. And Mariano's Mythic Age is very, very soon coming. These Behemoth are all targeting down the town center over here. The gold mine getting pushed off over here as well for ChronoJJ. We see there's the trader as well by Mariano, stealing that Satyr. Chaos comes down onto this location in order to transfer that Satyr as well. Hero Miller comes in to pick off the Satyr. The town center does go down as these Behemoth are getting picked off as well. There's the destroyers coming out. Mariano's sitting at 100 population though, so the Helios not going to help out too much. Where is the temple though? He time shifted it somewhere, or did he lose it? That is the second free myth unit that Mariano has lost needlessly. Not sure what's going on there. Mariano going to try and keep pumping out units here in Vortex somewhere, but he's got this town center down. Power's coming up. If he can get this one up in time, he will be able to prevent this town center from going up, but it's looking like the settlement goes up slightly. Well, it's actually slightly slower, even with that many villages on it. So the palace may be able to just slow it down just a little bit if it gets up in time, but maybe it's going to be a little bit too low. We do see some walls up for ChronoJJ as he's desperately trying to keep this game going and staying alive in it. The military barracks here going down as well. We see a Vortex though coming in onto this location, jumping over the wall, and be able to take this town center or prevent this town center from going down completely. All these Kyroballists are in here though are going to be doing some crazy splash damage onto these infantry units here. Still no medium upgrades, or heavy upgrades I should say, for Mariano, but the town center does get stopped there. That's weird. the Barim deciding to have a little bit of a docking spot there on the beach, but villagers getting picked off as Mariano pushes in here. Does he have his temple up yet? Still no temple for Mariano. No Hecagigantes, which is the primary reason you go to Helios, is for those Hecagigantes. I guess also Vortex as well, but Hecagigantes do so much damage. And now we've got Fire Siphon coming in, ready to push through onto this location. Going to be hitting the Watchtower and taking it down before moving on to the town center. And that's going to be complete and utter gold starve right now for ChronoJJ. He's got no gold mines left on the map, and he's down 2 town centers to 3 town centers, as Mariano's got pretty much full population here, 142 of 160 to ChronoJJ's 115, and falling as well as the Fire Siphon now taking down this town center. Destroyers onto it Fortified Town Centers is here. Masons is here. Villagers getting pulled off the wood line to jump onto these Fire Siphon. But there's also this Fire Siphon over here that is super far away for it to deal with. And the Fire Siphon will be falling over here, but not this one just yet. The Destroyer is doing so much damage as well as those Fire Siphon. The Town Center is going to be going down. And that's one Town Center left for ChronoJJ. 300 gold left. 1,000 food in the bank for ChronoJJ. The Mariano sitting at 114 population. As Vortex comes in and ChronoJJ taps out. GG, well played by Mariano. What a chaotic game. Super close back and forth. Oh my god. Imagine though, if ChronoJJ had secured this gold mine instead of stuffing around up here, pushed through and grabbed this this town. So I think he would have been in a pretty good position here to defend this, but he just wasn't able to get to the Mythic age. And he was constantly playing from behind. And in the end, the Behemoth push and then the Vortex are into here to prevent the town center from going back up, which is too much. And ChronoJJ couldn't get this gold mine for himself, couldn't stay alive in this game. And that is it. GG. Well played by Mariano, taking this series 2-0 and getting his first win in the Challengers League, taking down the mighty ChronoJJ. If you enjoyed this game, please hit that subscribe button on the YouTubes or the follow button on the Twitch channel. And I'll see you guys next time.